Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Sarabjit Kaur. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in 9th National Handloom Day celebration today at Bharat Mandapam, Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. Rajya Sabha to take up Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023 for discussion today. BJP issues whip to its MPs in both houses to be present. ISRO successfully carries out orbit reduction manoeuvre of moon mission Chandrayaan-3. In cricket, West Indies beat India in second T20 International to take a 2-0 lead in 5-match series at Providence Stadium in Guyana. In hockey, Indian men's team reclaimed top spot in ongoing Asian Champions Trophy competition, defeating Malaysia by 5-0 in Chennai. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the 9th National Handloom Day celebration today at the Bharat Mandapam Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. He will also launch e-portal of Bharatiya Vastra Evam Shilp Kosh, a repository of textiles and crafts that has been developed by the National Institute of Fashion Technology, NIFT. In a tweet, Mr. Modi underlined the significance of the occasion in reinforcing the nation's dedication to promote indigenous textiles and handlooms in line with the Vocal for Local initiative. Yesterday, in a program, the Prime Minister said that the Handloom Day for every Indian is to reiterate the resolution of being vocal for local.
7 अगस्त को पूरा देश स्वदेशी आंदोलन को समर्पित नेशनल हैंडलूम डे मनाएगा। 7 अगस्त की ये तारीख हर भारतीय के लिए वोकल फॉर लोकल होने के संकल्प को दोहराने का दिन है। कुछ ही दिनों बाद गणेश चतुर्थी का पवित्र पर्व भी आने वाला है। हमें अभी से इको फ्रेंडली गणेश चतुर्थी की तरफ जाना है। हम कोशिश करें कि गणपति बप्पा की प्रतिमाएं इको फ्रेंडली मटेरियल्स की बनी हो। ये वर्ष हमारे स्थानीय कारीगरों, हमारे हस्तशिल्पियों और हमारे छोटे उद्यमियों के बनाए उत्पादों को खरीदने की प्रेरणा देता है।
We have a report on this from our correspondent.
The program will be attended by over 3,000 handloom and khadi weavers, artisans and stakeholders from the textile and MSME sectors. It will bring together handloom clusters across India, NIFT campuses, weaver service centers, Indian Institute of Handloom Technology campuses, National Handloom Development Corporation, Handloom Export Promotion Council, KVIC institutions and various state handloom departments. Prime Minister has always been a firm proponent of giving encouragement and policy support to the artisans and craftsmen who are keeping alive the country's rich tradition of artistry and craftsmanship. Guided by this vision, the government started celebrating the National Handloom Day, with the first such celebration being held on 7th August 2015. The date was specifically chosen as an ode to the Swadeshi movement, which was launched on 7th August 1905 and had encouraged indigenous industries and in particular handloom weavers. Anupam Mish, Akashvani News, Delhi.
The Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023 is scheduled to be taken up for discussion in the Rajya Sabha today. The bill seeks to amend the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 1991. It empowers the central government to make rules in connection with the affairs of the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi, including the functions, terms and other conditions of service of officers and employees. The Lok Sabha had passed it on Thursday. The Registration of Births and Deaths Amendment Bill 2023 will also be taken up in the upper house today. BJP has issued a whip to its MPs in both houses of parliament, urging them to be present in the house. In its 3-line whip, the party has asked them to support the government's stand and bills. In the Lok Sabha, the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2023, the Anusandhan National Research Foundation Bill 2023, the Pharmacy Amendment Bill 2023 and the Mediation Bill 2023 are scheduled to be taken up for discussion today. In Bihar, a special art exhibition dedicated to G20 member countries will commence at the Bihar Museum, Patna today. The title of the 2-month-long exhibition is Together We Art, and it will conclude on 7th of October. Director General of Bihar Museum, Anjani Kumar Singh, said that the exhibition will be inaugurated by Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. Mr. Singh said 29 countries, including India, are participating in the exhibition, which is organized by the Union Art and Culture Ministry as part of India's presidency of G20 countries. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Welcome back. The Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO, successfully carried out the lunar orbit reduction manoeuvre of India's third moon mission, Chandrayaan-3, yesterday, a day after inserting it into the lunar orbit. ISRO said the spacecraft successfully underwent a planned orbit reduction maneuver which brought it closer to the moon's surface, now to 170 into 4,313 kilometer orbit, meaning the spacecraft's farthest point from the moon is 4,313 kilometers and the closest point is 170 kilometers only. The space agency said it will carry out the next such operation on Wednesday. There will be 3 more moon-bound maneuvers till August 17th, following which the landing module, comprising the lander and rover, will break away from the propulsion module. After this, deorbiting maneuvers will be carried out on the lander before the final descent on the moon. According to ISRO, it would attempt a soft landing on the moon's surface on August 23rd. Meanwhile, ISRO has released first images of the moon as captured by Chandrayaan-3. It presented the stunning images of the lunar surface after entering the moon's orbit. In Jammu and Kashmir, the security forces continued searches for the militants at Gunda Khwas and surrounding areas in Kotaranka Belet of Mudhal Tehsil of Rajouri district for second consecutive day yesterday. Talking to Akashvani, Additional Director General of Police, Jammu Zone, Mukesh Singh said about 3 groups of terrorists, each comprising 2 to 3 ultras, are operating in the twin border districts of Rajouri and Poonch.
हमारे रजौरी पुलिस के खवास चौकी अफसर को कि कुछ आतंकी छुपे हुए हैं उनके इलाके में, इस सूचना पे उन्होंने फौरी जितनी भी नफरी थी पुलिस की वहाँ पे उसको इकट्ठा किया और मौके की ओर रवाना हो गए। आर्मी की भी यूनिट नजदीक की वहाँ पहुँच गई। जब तलाशी चल रही थी तो एक मुठभेड़ शुरू हो गई जिसपे उन्होंने हम पे हमला किया, तो हमने जवाबी कार्रवाई की और एक आतंकी को ढेर कर दिया और दूसरा आतंकी अभी उसकी तलाश चल रही है। बहुत भारी मात्रा में असला एमुनिशन बरामद हुआ है, जिसमें एक AK-47 राइफल, 2 पिस्टल और कई सारी खाने पीने की चीज और टेंट वगैरह, ये सारी बरामद हुई है।
In Nepal, construction work of the Indian Buddhist Culture and Heritage Centre has begun in Lumbini after Bhumi Pujan ceremony. The centre is expected to be lotus-shaped and will be completed in 1.5 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the then Prime Minister of Nepal, Sher Bahadur Deoba, had jointly laid the foundation stone during Mr. Modi's Lumbini visit in May 2022. In Cambodia, King Norodom Sihamoni is set to issue a royal decree today, making 4-star General Hun Manet the new Prime Minister after his father Hun Sen quits after nearly 4 decades of hardline rule. Days after a landslide victory in July's election, Hun Sen, one of the world's longest-serving leaders, announced that he was stepping down as the Prime Minister and handing power to his eldest son. To officially become the country's new leader, the 45-year-old and his new cabinet must win a confidence vote in Parliament set for August 22nd. As cases of conjunctivitis, eye flu are rising in North India, including the national capital Delhi, senior doctor in the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, has warned against using steroids for the eye treatment. Talking to Akashvani News, Dr. J.S. Titiyal, head of Dr. Rajendra Prasad Ophthalmology Center of AIIMS, said that after 2 weeks of using steroid-containing eye drops in the eyes, there is risk of developing spots on the cornea and increasing eye pressure. He added that AIIMS has not included steroids in its treatment protocol and it should be given to patients only when absolutely necessary. Over the use of antibiotics, he said that it should also be used in a proper way. Dr. Titiyal asked people to take proper precaution to prevent spread of conjunctivitis.
These are all adenovirus infection, which is the self-limiting disease. It is just cured itself. Only thing we have to take care is the cleanliness, which may be washing your eyes 3 times a day and washing your hand and face regularly so that infection doesn't get spreaded to other people. This virus spreads by contact, that may be use of a same towel, handkerchief or other devices which commonly people use. It doesn't get transmitted by eye contact. That people have to understand.
In our bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak at 9:30 tonight, we will bring an insightful discussion on the topic of dengue fever, causes, symptoms and preventive measures with Dr. Akshay Dhariwal, Public Health Specialist and former Director of the National Centre for Vector-Borne Diseases Control. During the program, listeners will have the opportunity to pose questions to our expert on dengue infection, including preventive measures, treatment methods and any other related queries. Listeners can dial telephone numbers 011-2371-7106 and 011-233-14444 from 9:30 p.m. onwards. Alternatively, you can also send your queries via WhatsApp to the number 9289094044. In cricket, West Indies beat India by 2 wickets in the second T20 International to take a 2-0 lead in the 5-match series at Providence Stadium in Guyana last night. Chasing a target of 153 runs set by India, West Indies completed the chase with 7 balls to spare as Nicholas Pooran blazed his way to a match-winning 67 off 40 balls. He was declared Player of the Match. Earlier, the Rovman Powell-led restricted India at 152 for 7 in the stipulated 20 overs despite Tilak Verma's 51 runs. India lost the series opener by 4 runs on Thursday at the Brian Lara Stadium. In hockey, the Indian men's team reclaimed the top spot in the ongoing Asian Champions Trophy after they defeated Malaysia by 5-0 in their round-robin clash at the Mayor Radhakrishnan Stadium in Chennai. India had drawn 1-1 with Japan on Friday. They had started the campaign at home with a huge 7-2 win over China on Thursday. India is at the top spot with 2 wins and a draw in 3 matches and a total of 7 points. The India Meteorological Department has predicted isolated heavy to very heavy rainfall over Uttarakhand, North Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Sub-Himalayan West Bengal and Sikkim during the next 4 days. It further informed that a cyclonic circulation lies over South Bihar at lower tropospheric levels, which will increase the rainfall activities. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Anita Anand.
Thank you, Sarabjit. Most newspapers today open with the address of Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the laying of the foundation stone for 508 railway stations across the country. The statesman quoting PM leads with opposition indulges in negative politics, while the Times of India headline reads, people saying quit India to ills like graft, dynasties and appeasement Modi. Delhi BL Manipur set up stormy week in house is another lead headline in the Hindustan Times. The Hindu Rights Gyanvapi survey continues amid boycott threat by mosque panel. After vigorous and active phase of monsoon throughout July, monsoon enters weak phase. August rains to be below normal, informs the Hindustan Times. And finally, the Indian Express has a magnificent picture under the caption Hello Moon. It is the first image sent by Chandrayaan 3 since its insertion into the lunar orbit. And with that, it's back to you, Sarabjit.
Thank you, Anita. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in 9th National Handloom Day celebration today at Bharat Mandapam, Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. Rajya Sabha to take up Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023 for discussion today. BJP issues whip to its MPs in both houses to be present. ISRO successfully carries out orbit reduction manoeuvre of moon mission Chandrayaan 3 And in hockey, Indian men's team reclaimed top spot in ongoing Asian Champions Trophy competition, defeating Malaysia by 5-0 in Chennai. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.